Tonight, from all over America, bluegrass bands are coming to New Jersey to perform in a little theater in the country built 100 years ago, the Englishtown Music Hall. Presenting from Ohio, where people brought bluegrass music right along with them across the border from Kentucky, a Buckeye bluegrass band, the Hotmud Family. Born in Texas, the great Buck White on mandolin and his singing daughters from Tennessee join right in, Buck White and the Down Home Folks. A great entertainer from West Virginia, a master of the bluegrass banjo with 1,000 jokes and songs, Don Stover. From way down North Carolina way, they're at home in a barn dance or a Broadway play, the Red Clay Ramblers. Fire on the fiddle, born in Texas but now New Jersey's #1 bluegrass personality, Tex Logan. High bluegrass singing at its finest. Born in North Carolina, here he comes with a bluegrass band from Pennsylvania, McCoury and the Dixie Pals. Sailing south to New Jersey from Boston, Mass., the soulful bluegrass singing of Joe Val and the New England Bluegrass Boys. From Indiana, here's some high-powered picking and singing blended with a lady's voice, Louis Popejoy and the Heirs of Bluegrass. From New Jersey's neighboring state of Delaware, the Lundys and the Paisleys, Ted, Jerry, T.J. Lundy, and Bob and Danny Paisley, the Southern Mountain Boys. And finally, all the way from North Carolina, 16 of them in all, high-kicking bluegrass dance troupe, the Greengrass Cloggers. Tonight, all these bands are here for one big night of bluegrass music. Fiddlers, banjo pickers, and flat pickers, mandolin aces, bass fiddle slappers, and buck dancers, picking and singing bluegrass style. So come on in. Right behind that door, you have people clapping their hands, tapping their feet in their seats, kids in their laps, food in their plates, and a smile on their face. So sit right down, make yourself at home. Welcome to Bluegrass at the Englishtown Music Hall. That's the Southern Mountain Boys on stage, with the Lundys and Paisleys starting things off with a good old fiddle tune. But let's just go upstairs for a minute to the band room. The music hall is a place where bluegrass musicians feel at home. Musicians have met each other here, jammed together, traded songs, and even formed bands. In fact, bluegrass music was born in country theaters like this. For 100 years, New Jerseyans have been coming to the hall for vaudeville shows, medicine shows, minstrel shows, and hoedowns, all featuring the sound of fiddling, banjo picking, and string band music, America's oldest popular music sound. I'm Geoff Berne. My family and I opened up the hall for bluegrass shows back in 1975 because we wanted a place where people today could enjoy live entertainment in the old-fashioned way. They used to call it a stage show. Let's go back downstairs now. Tonight we'll hear some old songs and some new songs, comical songs, serious songs, sad songs, happy songs. Introducing the lonesome sound of Del McCoury's high tenor singing with accompaniment by a sturdy band of bluegrass pickers. Banjo player Bill Runkle wrote this first tune. If you ever wondered what sounds so different about the bluegrass beat, just listen to the banjo roll on Andy's Honey by Del McCoury and the Dixie Pals.
as it rolls, so loud, and her cheeks were red as a rose. She met her final doom, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. This way, yeah, oh Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. Trying to get along with you, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. This way, yeah, you Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way. She gave me trouble all my life, left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow, oh Lord, left me out in the cold rain and snow. Thank you, folks. No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We had a special request for the fiddlers to play some twin-fiddle here for you tonight, so we're going to let them do that, and I hope you'll enjoy it. They've got one picked out they're going to do entitled The Wheelhouse.
Well, that was Bluegrass, with that up-tempo beat and two fiddles. But now, here's a bluegrass band that reaches back to do songs in the old-time way. First, we'll go to church for a gospel hymn with no instruments, just voices. Next, a banjo plucker strums along on a rowdy old song about some hard luck. Then he puts on finger picks for a bluegrass song about a bluegrass singer. From the muddy banks of the Ohio, the Hotmud Family.
Thanks. I'm looking for the stone that was hewed out of the mountain, Lord. I'm looking for the stone that come rolling down from Babylon. I'm looking for the stone that was hewed out of the mountain, Lord. It's tearing down the kingdom of this world, oh yes, tearing down the kingdom of this world. My father found a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. My father found a stone that come rolling down from Babylon. My father found a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. Lord, it's tearing down the kingdom of this world, oh yes, tearing down the kingdom of this world. My mother found a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. Lord, my mother found a stone that come rolling down from Babylon. My mother found a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. Lord, it's tearing down the kingdom of this world, oh yes, tearing down the kingdom of this world. King Jesus is a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. King Jesus is a stone that come rolling down from Babylon. King Jesus is a stone that was hewed out of the mountain. It's tearing down the kingdom of this world, oh yes, tearing down the kingdom of this world. I'm looking for the stone that was hewed out of the mountain, Lord. I'm looking for the stone that come rolling down from Babylon. I'm looking for the stone that was hewed out of the mountain, Lord. It's tearing down the kingdom of this world, oh yes, tearing down the kingdom of this world.
Thank you very much. I went out to see the electric lights and watched the cars come in. I met this dude out on the street, the clock was striking 9. He says, come on, old hayseed, come have a drink, it's fine. I must have bought him a dozen grams, cause it hit my pocketbook hard. I wished I'd bought me a half a pint and stayed in the wagon yard. I'm a deacon in the Hardshell Church down near Possum's Trot. If the sisters hears about my spree, it's bound to make them hot. I went out on a party, I led the pace that kills. When I woke up, that gang had gone and left me all the bills. I found them over on the corner near Soul Salvation Hall. That drunken bunch was out there singing, Jesus pays it all. They put me out in a dry goods box and Lord, my pillow was hard. I wished I'd bought him a half a pint and stayed in the wagon yard.
here to talk with sense. If you wanna see them electric lights, you just look right over the fence. Don't mess around with them city ducks, you found them slick as a lard. Just go and get you a half a pint and stay in the wagon yard.
Here's a Hoosier band from Indiana with some heavy-duty flat picking by Louis Popejoy, along with Linda Kellert and the Eldridge brothers. Get a look at Terry Eldridge on the bass fiddle, only 14 years old. Hard driving and good harmonizing, Louis Popejoy and the Heirs of Bluegrass.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you very much.
This heart of mine is made of silver. This heart of mine is made of gold. It will shine like a candle when your world is dark and cold. When your world is dark and cold. This heart of mine is made of timber. This heart of mine is made of stone. Like a bridge across the mountain when you're walking all alone. When you're walking all alone. This heart of mine is made of iron. This heart of mine is made of steel. It won't turn toward another when the wind is on the hill. When the wind is on the hill. This heart of mine is made of silver. This heart of mine is made of gold. It will shine like a candle when your world is dark and cold. When your world is dark and cold.
The word bluegrass has only been with us for about 30 years. Before that, they used to call it string band music. Here's what happens when an old-timey string band throws in a piano and a horn, gets all slicked up to play some jazz. From North Carolina, the Red Clay Ramblers with Tommy Thompson on banjo and Bill Craver on piano performing a song they wrote in the string band style, The Ace.
Got a date with a high-toned girl, the one that wears that bouffant curl. She means business when she flirts, so I polished up the Chevy with the fender skirts. Hopped in the car and I stepped on the gas. I was laying down rubber on the old bypass. Out a window she didn't breathe, headed on out for the lovers' league. Made a detour by the barbecue shack, put 12 cold beers on ice in my bike. Found us a spot in the twilight zone when the light of the police shone.
And he said,
Oh, you jackleg, you got the goods on you. And you sweetie too, I caught you in the car with the stars in your eyes and your brains in the bottom of your shoes. You're a hot dog, ain't you now? You're the bulldog's big bow wow. Got buzz on your face, you're the ace with a sweaty brow. Headed on out for another spot, just down the road from a dashing dock. Saxophones are crooning on the radio, and the mood was hanging low. Fingernails tapping on the window pane. It was a great big boyfriend Wayne.
and he said,
Oh, you ice cream, you got the goods on you. And my sweetie too, I caught you in your car with the stars in your eyes and your brains in the bottom of your shoe. You're a hot dog, ain't you now? You're the bulldog's big bow wow. Got fuzz on your face, you're the ace with a sweaty brow. was finding her nails on the Davenport when I thought she was ready for a little sport. Slipped on the rug, spilled my coke in her hair, split the seat of my breeches, put my foot through a chair. She said, oh, you milk dud, you had enough of you. And you shabby too, go home in your car with the stars in your eyes and your brains in the bottom of your shoes. You're a hot dog, ain't you now? You're the bulldog's big bow wow. Got fuzz on your face, you're the ace with a sweaty brow.
Bluegrass was born in the American Southland. Today you can hear it played in Britain, France, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Belgium, in Australia and Japan. It's played in Canada and all 50 American states. Far from the southern mountains, from Massachusetts, let's hear one of America's great high mountain bluegrass singers. Bluegrass with the Boston accents of Joe Val and the New England Bluegrass Boys.
We got a little yodel number here that Davey and I'll do for you. One called Sparkling Brown Eyes.
There's a ramshackle shack, there's a ramshackle shack down in North Carolina. That's a calling me back. Sparkle with love, send down to me, from heaven above. If I had the wings of a beautiful dove, I'd fly to the of a girl that I love. Sparkle with love, send down to me, from heaven above. If I had the wings of a beautiful dove, I'd fly to the the girl that I love.
Down in in the southwestern states, the bluegrass they play picks up some of the sounds of swing jazz from the days of the big western dance halls. Boppers, jitterbuggers, buck dancers, you'll hear some music to make you want to dance with these country folks from the great Southwest. From Nashville, Tennessee, the mandolin of Buck White with his daughters Sharon and Cheryl. Buck White and the Down Home Folks.
Well, Johnson had an old gray mule, his name was Simon Slick. He'd back his ears and wallet eyes, and how that mule could kick.
Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, mule, and run away.
Well, listen, let me tell you a story about an old boy that goes a-courting. Goes out the country and picks up his girlfriend, and he picks her up in a wagon, and he's got a mule pulling the wagon. Must be a Missouri mule, because it's real stubborn. Don't want to act right. Just about the time the old boy gets familiar with the girl and starts to kiss her, the mule breaks loose and runs off over in the field. Well, Miss Mary, keep your seat. You better keep your cool. I ain't got time to kiss you now. Chasing that old mule.
Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, mule, and run away.
Can you make him break? Apples in the summertime, peaches in the fall. If I can't have Miss Mary's love, I don't want any at all.
Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, mule, and run away.
If I had a needle and thread, fine as I could sew, I'd sew Miss Mary to my back and down the road I'd go.
Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, mule, and run away.
Whoa, mule, I holler. We'll tie rails to the old mule's tail, cram him to the collar.
Whoa, mule, I say, I ain't got time to kiss you now, mule, and run away.
John down on the store. Get up, John. Better get your britches on. Get up, John. You better tie your shoes. Get up, John. You better get to going. Gotta get the head full to never get you. Sleepy-eyed John had a wooden leg. The leg wasn't nothing but a little wooden peg. But once you off and once you on, he danced a double shuffle till the cows come home. Get up, John. Better get your britches on. Get up, John. You better tie your shoes. Get up, John. You better get to going. Gotta get the head full to never get you. Here's a little step I learned out there in Texas. It's called a Texas twist. Here's one that they do over in Missouri called a Missouri drag. Over in Arkansas, them ridge runners do one they call a Arkansas hop. A lot of difference in city folks and country folks, ain't there? Here's an old city gal all dressed up in her new stockings and shoes, walking along the street, comes to a mud puddle. That ain't the way an old country girl would do it, is it? Here's the way a country gal would do that.
Let's bring back the down-home folks for one more song. For this encore, I'm going to bring out just the girls, Sharon and Cheryl White, with special guest Suzanne Edmondson from the Hotmud Family. Performing together for the first time, they'll do a ladies' song prepared specially for this show, Come All Ye Fair and Tender Ladies. Tonight, just for this show, we reunite two great solo entertainers who have appeared together for years with the Lilly Brothers Band, both in America and Japan. Tex Logan, breathing fire into the bluegrass fiddle, moved north from Texas to get a Ph.D., and now New Jersey's most famous bluegrass citizen. Joined on banjo by Don Stover, tune writer, storyteller, and father of 9, has gone from coal mines to Yankee cities to a Maryland farm. Both have played with Bill Monroe, who gave bluegrass music its name. Both helped bring bluegrass out of the South and up to the Northeast seaboard. I give you, for the first time on stage as a duo, Tex Logan and Don Stover.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I get in the front.
Just to give Tex and Don some help on rhythm and singing, a band got put together backstage at the music hall. On guitars, there's Del McCoury and Lou Popejoy. And on bass fiddle, you'll see yours truly, Geoff Berne.
All right, nobody ain't going to say anything, I will. We feel that all the programs should have a gospel song somewhere along the line. Some of the bands did some today. Here's one called What Would You Give in Exchange for Your Soul? Brothers are far from the Savior today, risking your soul for the thing that he gave. Oh, if today God called you away, what would you give in exchange for your soul? What would you give in exchange? What would you give in exchange? What would you give in exchange for your soul? Oh, if today God called you away, what would you give in exchange for your soul? Mercy is calling you, won't you give heed? And the dear Savior so tenderly plead, risk not your soul, it's precious indeed. What would you give in exchange for your soul? What would you give in exchange? Oh, what would you give in exchange? What would you give in exchange for your soul? Oh, if today God called you away, what would you give in exchange for your soul? More than the silver and gold of this earth, more than all jewels, His Spirit is worth. God the Creator has given you birth. What would you give in exchange for your soul? What would you give in exchange? Oh, what would you give in exchange? What would you give in exchange for your soul? Oh, if today God should call you away, what would you give in exchange for your soul?
Here's a little old tune that I guess it's an old mental song. I learned it from a fellow from East Texas way back when I was starting to play. He called it the Old Gray Goose. I later learned the official name of it is Jordan, I'm a Hard Road to Travel. So let's let it go. 1, 2, 3. I lived in East, lived in West, lived in Virginia. I lived for the dead when it's death. Didn't get stung hardly any. From a off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. I believe. I looked to the east, I looked to the west, saw the old gray coming with 40 greyhounds on the future right on the other side of Jordan. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. I believe down on the way. Scarce down where I've been boarding, listening for it in quiet like things as Jordan. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel, I believe. Well, corn ain't raised no cotton, no corn, ahead bad luck for the taters. Old cow runs in the strawberry patch, boy, you seen the tomatoes. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel. Pull off, go bold, roll up sleeve, turn them hard on travel, I believe. Now let's go.
If you've ever felt like dancing when you hear bluegrass music, here's the way it's done. Down in the mountains of Carolina, it's done in teams, and it's called clog dancing, but I call it square dancing with a stomp. So put on a good pair of shoes, grab your partner, and get in step with a troupe that kicks its feet in the old mountain way and throws in some steps of its own, too. Along with fiddlers from many of tonight's bands, here are the Greengrass Cloggers from North Carolina to say goodnight from the Englishtown Music Hall.